It's a man's world, and women are prized for the right amount of fat at the right places. A woman too thin for a man's pleasure is not to be accepted, let alone celebrated. Even if that thinness makes her functionally more capable, a lot of the value that you hold is because of your womanness. That irrespective of how she performs at the workplace, she is still going to be assessed on her looks. So she says, if only 70% of my evaluation would come from my performance and the remaining 30% is going to come from how hot I look, I better take care to look hot. The problem is not that this is happening. The problem is that this is happening with women's cooperation. And that's what I find. Now the thing about the woman's thinness. Women are not supposed to be thin. It's a man's world. And women are prized for the right amount of fat at the right places. A woman too thin for a man's pleasure is not to be accepted, let alone celebrated. Even if that thinness makes her functionally more capable, even if that thinness, I don't know which movie you're talking of, I haven't seen the trailer. I'm proceeding on certain assumptions, a hypothesis. Even if that thinness makes her better suited to the role she is performing, she's still not going to be celebrated. Because and women better understand that quickly and fully. It's not about the excellence in your performance. A lot of the value that you hold is because of your womanness. Getting it? You strip your persona of that womanness, and the man's world will withdraw a big proportion of the value it used to give to you. A big proportion. So let's say you are being praised in a professional meeting as a team lead for your annual performance, right? A typical kind of corporate gathering. Yes, obviously you must have done something right, and there are numerical metrics to prove that you have performed well, and that's fine. But still, lady, rest assured, a lot of admiration, adulation coming your way is because of your womanness. And that's none of your fault, please. You have done your best as a professional, as a performer. You have done what you could do, what you're supposed to do. But still, from the side of the evaluator, there is a hidden percentage in terms of weightage that has been accorded to something that you, dear lady, do not know of. So when he praises you, some part of that is for your performance, and some part of that is for your looks, your charm, your sensualness, and all that. Some women do not see that at all. Some see that to some extent. Some see that fully. Therefore, more women than men take care to be presentable. That's not without reason. If you conduct a research today on office-going men versus office-going women, and simple clockwork, measure the time each of these two groups take on average to set themselves up, to dress themselves up for their professional workplace, you will find a difference of multiples, not 10-20%. If the man takes 7.5 minutes, probably the woman is taking 20 minutes. That's a multiple. And that's not really the woman's fault. Experience and conditioning have trained her into believing that irrespective of how she performs at the workplace, she is still going to be assessed on her looks. I'm not saying 100% of the assessment would be on the looks. It varies, 20%, 40%, and if the boss is a creep, maybe 80%. But minimum 20-30%, I would say. And the woman knows that. So she says, if only 70% of my evaluation would come from my performance and the remaining 30% is going to come from how hot I look, I better take care to look hot. She has been brought to the workplace. But at most workplaces, she is still, at least partially, a thing of demonstration. A doll to please the crowd of male eyes, the colleagues there. Helps keep the environment cheerful, you know. And a lot of HR managers would actually say that in private. Yeah, there should be gender diversity. Keeps the men happy. You are looking at an actress. The only rightful metric should be, has she lived up to the role? Did she surrender herself fully to the role? Or did she allow her ego to obstruct her role? I don't know how the person in question, how much she thinned herself down. No idea. But prima facie, this involves the ego challenging itself. The role desires me, the role requires me to thin down, lose weight, I don't know how much, and I'll do that. Because that's the job. I'm not here to play myself. I'm here to play the character in question. So one should be applauded for that. But instead, it would be more about size zero, this, that. Equally, there are so many celebrated actresses. And they were very ordinary, very mediocre performers. And not only in India, but in film industries across the globe, they still managed to have a reasonable kind of career because they looked good. As actors, they were very mediocre, a lot of them. I'm not saying all actresses are mediocre, please. What I'm saying is a lot of mediocre actresses had reasonably good careers just because they looked good. And women are seeing that every day. The little girl is seeing that every day. What lessons is she to draw? She's sensible, she draws her lessons. It's a good upper middle class family. The little girl is seeing mama do nothing, watch TV, entertain herself all day, but she still has so much hold over papa. Why? Because she is desirable to papa, physically desirable. The little girl draws her lesson. And we are not talking of lower middle class households here where the housewife has to slog the entire day. No. We are talking of affluent families. We are talking of women, and that's a sizable chunk there. Let's not close our eyes to that. I don't know whether there is a research conducted there, but why are secretaries to CXOs mostly women? Not sure what kind of nursing is involved there. The see, the problem is not that this is happening. The problem is that this is happening with women's cooperation. And that's what I find very indignified. That's what I find appalling. Genuinely pathetic. Women participating in this kind of system. Not just participating, furthering the system. What stakes do you have? What are you getting? What is there in this for you? Why are you a participant? Why don't you drop out? Why don't you walk out? What holds you here? Those same systems, those same stupidities, and you are constantly participating. Playing the good daughter, the good wife, the good mother, the good girl in the office, the mannequin, even. And not just playing those dirty roles, also feeling proud of it. You know how much I'm admired? Didi, do you know for what? Oh, the meeting won't begin without me. Yes, it won't. But do you know why? Oh, Nunu's Papa loves me so much. Yes, there is something there, but do you know what exactly that is? Do you understand the difference between love and lust? You do. You do. But you don't want to bear the cost of acknowledging that you do. Just download the Acharya Prashant app, and there you go to the community section, and you have live testimonials streaming in at the rate of 1 every 5 minutes. I'm seeing lives change in thousands, if not millions, every day in front of my own eyes. We are doing it. Right. We have actually done it.
Join the community of more than 2 lakh participants on the Acharya Prashant app. Your first month is completely free. You'll get full access to Gita Mission. On the app, you will get regular live sessions, daily exclusive conversations with Acharya Prashant, access to the vibrant Gita community, wisdom exams, curated news, audiobooks, quotes, and much more. Search Acharya Prashant on Google Play Store or Apple App Store and download now.